Emma always believed you only get one great love in your life. For her, that love was Daniel. He was the boy who could make her smile just by walking into a room, the one who made her heart feel like it was finally home. They were inseparable, weaving their dreams together, promising a future that felt as certain as the sunrise. But then, 3 years ago, the sun simply didn't rise. Daniel vanished. No call, no text, not even a scribbled note left behind. The silence was deafening, a void where laughter and late-night talks used to be. Emma's world collapsed. To survive the heartbreak, she built a wall around her heart, brick by painful brick. She convinced herself it was all a lie. He never truly loved her. It was the only explanation that made any sense, the only one that allowed her to get out of bed in the morning. She moved on, or at least she pretended to. She dated, she worked, she laughed with friends. But a part of her remained frozen in that moment of abandonment, forever waiting for an answer that never came, till today. The afternoon sun streamed through the dusty window of her childhood home's attic. She was packing up old memories, a bittersweet task filled with forgotten toys and faded photographs. As she moved a stack of yearbooks, a small, dusty brown envelope fluttered to the floor. It looked ancient, forgotten. Her heart skipped a beat when she saw the familiar, slanted handwriting on the front. It was his. And on it, just 2 lines. Emma, open when I'm gone. Gone. What did he mean? Gone? Her hands trembled so much she could barely grip the fragile paper. A cold dread, mixed with a flicker of hope, washed over her. After 3 years of silence, here was a voice from the past, a ghost in an envelope. With a shaky breath, she broke the seal and carefully unfolded the letter inside. The words blurred through the tears that instantly welled in her eyes. It was Daniel's voice, clear as day, speaking to her from the page. He wrote about his diagnosis, a rare terminal illness that had crept into his life like a thief in the night. He described the doctor's grim prognosis, the certainty that his time was running out. He hadn't left her because he didn't love her. He had left because he loved her too much. He couldn't bear the thought of her watching him fade away, of her vibrant life being chained to a hospital bed, her future sacrificed for his slow, inevitable decline. He wanted her to live, to laugh, to find happiness without the shadow of his illness looming over her. He chose to carry the burden of her pain, of her thinking he was a coward who ran away, rather than let her carry the burden of his sickness. We described the agony of walking away, of memorizing her smile one last time, knowing it would be the last. Every sentence was a confession, a final act of devotion. Years of built-up anger, of resentment, of feeling abandoned and worthless, began to crumble. The wall around her heart didn't just break, it completely disintegrated, and the raw, unprocessed grief from 3 years ago finally poured out. It wasn't the pain of being left, it was the pain of his suffering, of his impossible choice. She saw it all now. His disappearance wasn't an act of cruelty, but the ultimate act of protection. At the very end of the letter, a single sentence was scrawled, the ink slightly smudged as if by a tear. I didn't leave you. I set you free, but I loved you more than my own life. A gut-wrenching sob escaped her lips. The unanswered question that had haunted her for 1,000 days was finally answered. And the truth was more heartbreakingly beautiful than she ever could have imagined. For the first time, Emma understood that love isn't always about staying. Sometimes the deepest love is about letting go. Sometimes it protects us silently, even from the other side. She clutched the letter to her chest, the thin paper becoming a sacred relic. Pressing it against her heart, she closed her eyes and whispered into the quiet, dusty air, her voice thick with love and sorrow. I never stopped loving you either, Daniel. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more.